Let's go. Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. And it is DeFi Friday. I feel like I left on a DeFi Friday and came back on a DeFi Friday. Super bullish on that. Let's check out these crypto bubbles. As you know, it's DeFi Friday. So we're going to play some DeFi games. It's a good way for me to come back into streaming. I left on a DeFi Friday, came back on a DeFi Friday. It's really perfect. How's all my undergrounders out there? Shout out to anybody who stuck with me, who followed me on the Discord. I had a lot to get done on the cabin up north and help out my grandmother and my uncle and all of those things. So just for a quick personal update, I didn't get as much content up as I was really expecting to do. It was far more intensive than I thought it was going to be. And of course I had to enjoy a little bit of that Maine woods and weather. All right, guys, let's get into this crypto right here. Now, if it looks slightly different to you, it's because all of my tabs are now on the side. I don't know if I love it or hate it, but we're going to roll with it for right now. Melissa says cabin in the woods. Exactly. It was quite nice. Shout out to all my undergrounders. Shout out to Strugahart in the building. It was good to talk to you earlier today. Chris Goss, 333, my fellow lifer. Givers Gain. Yep. My grandmother says cool and beautiful here in Boothbay Harbor, Maine. That is where our cabin is. Let's talk about some crypto, though. We don't want to keep it all personal stuff. Up 10%, that meme core, you know, we'd be keeping an eye on it. About $100 worth at like $1.13. So right now I'm slightly underwater. But I bought it mostly for a long-term hold. I'm probably not going to buy too much more of it. Although I'll probably look back in 6 months and wish that I did. Because it already bounced to $1.31, pulled back to about $1. I really want to deep dive meme core again because we talk about MemeX a lot, right? Which is a product within the meme core ecosystem. But I want to see what else there is, right? I want to see if there's anything else going on. So we'll have to do that at some point. Pump.fun is up 6.1%. That must be all of the money that I've been giving up over there on Pump.fun. ETHFi, 3.9%. Dash, and I'm kidding, we've hit some really good ones over there. UB, of course, Unibase, up 3%, but nothing crazy. Let's toggle that 1 through 1,000. And 1.3%, okay, 8 to 900, 3.3%, but let's not get out of order here. Let's do our first 1 through 100 first. So a lot more green bubbles in this one. So there's Hex. Yesterday I saw there was a coin called eHex. Anybody familiar with eHex? Who wants a deep dive week of Pulse Chain, right? Of Hex, Pulse Chain, the whole thing, right? As best that I can put together a whole series every week. We'll be talking about that stuff. I think that would be a really good series to do. But is that a good series for next week, or is that a good one to throw in when we have nothing going on? Honestly, right now it feels like we don't really have a lot going on. But that might be because I've been away a little bit, so that could be. Shout out to anybody rolling through here. Smash that like button. Free link to our Discord in the chat, and of course in the description is all of our links. Yep, it's in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, the eHex. Okay, that's good to know. I think that we're going to do... I'm thinking it's going to be next week, unless we have a big news catalyst that kind of jumps ahead and is more relevant. We're going to do Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, eHex, all of that stuff that we can get into. We're going to do that because I need to do that myself and stay up to date on it. I do a deep dive on that part of crypto, you know, Pulse Chain, Hex, all that stuff about once a year, and I'm about overdue for it. So we'll do it together now that I have a live stream show, right? Tagger's up 28%. Zano up 10.6%. The funny part is I bought some Zano. It did nothing but crash. And then MemeX Global delisted it. So I can't remember if I sold it or if I transferred it to another wallet. MemeX Global, I really need to get over there and move all of that stuff around. Hopefully I'm not locked out of it. DXC, we have this Taurus, right? Talus network. It's up 27%. A lot of movers in this category, 100 to 200. Derive, of course, a derivatives market. It's doing well. And then Pulse, PulseX, and Hex are all the big fallbacks here today. And this eCash or XEC It's just been on the radar a lot. We've looked at it. We looked at what it is. It's nothing spectacular, but for whatever reason, it's getting money through its ecosystem. Yeah, Melissa says Hex, eHex, DPAI, etc., pleds, and please too. Okay. Sounds like you know a lot about Pulse Chain, and I like that. It's been a little while. Oh, here's eHex. It's down here in the 2 to 300 rats. This is an interesting one. I did see this the other day. It's up quite a bit on its max chart, if I'm not mistaken here. No, it's been around for a while. I didn't know if it was a newer coin. I saw that it was up quite a bit the other day. But it looks like we're all the way back to, say... Why does this look so different? Ah, there we go. All right, fixed it. 1 trillion max supply. Couldn't love that, but I mean, you're dealing with rats, so I guess there's 1 trillion rats. Makes sense. Let's go look on the... Oh, first I wanted to see when this was from. 2023. Okay, so this is not a new project. Now that I think about it, I definitely have heard of this. In the last 24 hours, though, it is up quite a bit. And why is it running? Ah, it's got a Bitcoin contract. Would you look at that? Some Bitcoin DeFi, Ordinal's wallet. Now I get it. BRC20. So there's a BRC20 coin in the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's been around for quite some time. Why it's moving all of a sudden, I don't know. Are some people front running a possible Bitcoin, ecosystem, Bitcoin DeFi narrative? Is that coming down the pipeline? I don't know. This coin's been around for far too long for it to have no meaningful market cap, or it's not being reported, right? And that might have something to do with it being Bitcoin DeFi. They might not just be up to par there, right? They might not be able to look at that for whatever reason, because you don't have a lot really true Bitcoin DeFi. All right, let's finish what we were doing. I really wanted to take a look. So Cap, just finish this up real quick. Cap is up, Ordies is up, basic attestation service is up, and Soon is up a little bit, but nothing too extravagant. But I saw, something must have bounced way up and then dipped. Something was up a lot in this category. Okay, moving on. Sorry, I meant to write PDAI. Yeah, so that's like a Pulse stable coin, right? Because I know that DAI was a stable coin, right? So PDAI, like for Pulse, maybe. That's my guess there. So 2.25 trillion. We haven't, we went up, we came back down. It's down 2.3% today, which is pretty considerable. But from where I left and stuff, that's pretty much exactly where we were at. So we had a little pump, little give back. Matter of fact, before we run into this, let's go look at that 4-hour chart real quick. I got it up because I wanted to take a look at it, because tell me what you guys see on this. Can anybody name a pattern here? Anybody, this right here? Anybody want to call a pattern on that, or even anything else? You could do support and resistance pretty easy with this kind of thing. We could mark a few of those. We got something like there. Where to go? And say maybe here as well. And then there's kind of some ranges inside ranges here, right? You could draw a lot of support and resistance at different lines here at different levels. But these are your basic higher and lowers, right? Just the tip pattern. Hilarious, Stregaheart. I don't think you're serious. I've never heard of that one, but I'm pretty sure you're just messing around. It's a complex head and shoulders, right? And if we were to roll with a measured move there, I find when there's too many lines, it can get kind of confusing for people. So we'll get rid of all of the drawings and just grab like our measured move, which says pretty much down to here. And if you make it this far, you're pretty much coming to this POV there, right? Point of volume. So I would say there's probably good likeliness that you're coming down to somewhere in this region of 60,000 pretty much flat, 60,300. Anyways, I just wanted to point out that we are losing that 4-hour, 200-day moving average. Now, we could just bounce right back up, right? Of course. That I see a complex inverted head, or a complex head and shoulder, not inverted, and that there's a good chance we will be back down to 60,000, which will kind of be your bottoms down here. Obviously, I'm not really trading or swing trading Bitcoin right now. I've made it pretty clear that in this environment where I don't know if you guys have seen 4-year cycle type stuff where the bottom of the market is like 1,038 days from the last bottom of the market, and it's panned out for many years, many cycles, I should say, of course, many years. But if that were to play out again, the bottom of this market would be October 5th. 2026, obviously. So when I keep saying that I'm looking to build spot bags to hold into a foreseeable bull market, I am doing that now and probably will be doing that well into the new year. That's just the timeline that I'm on. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that 4-hour chart because this is not a technical analysis stream and it is DeFi Friday, so we need to get back to those things. So let's do our price rundown. And feel free to ask questions, guys. Feel free if there's something you want to know about. Struggerheart asked a really interesting question. I am going to look it up live on stream because I did not get a chance to look it up yet. So it's been a wild ride. It's been a lot of travel, airports, flights, long drives, working, and then of course you get home and everything that you weren't able to do while you were gone is all there. So it is just constant. Look at this. A tropical astronaut came back through. Says, yes, sir. Just popping in to say what's up. Well, we appreciate you big time, tropical astronaut. Eager to see how far we go. Going to start making entries on the way down around 53K personally. Also eager to blow a huge stack on MSTR, which is strategy, right? All right. Tropical Astronaut, I see he's got a plan. And that's something that you should be proud of if you have a plan. A lot of people don't want to put a plan together because they don't want to be wrong, or they're trying to, do 18 things at one time, and so they don't slow down to actually put a plan together. And a lot of times those people tend to lose, and I hate to see it. If we get blessed with a $65-70 dollar entry for MicroStrategy, I think he means. Got you. Yeah, that's really cool. And I didn't know that Strategy had been in the software game for like 35 years, I believe. I didn't realize that. Obviously, I know them in crypto because they hold so much Bitcoin in their treasury, but apparently they've been around for a long time. And they've been in the software game for like 35 years. So that's cool. It's good to know that they have something going on where they're probably making money other than just hoping that Bitcoin goes up, right? As far as paying their debts down and stuff like that. Shout out to Tropical Astronaut. I appreciate you for being here. Now, one thing I never did was start our goal here. Our goal is 5 super chats. I don't stress it, but I still hit the buttons, right? And make that goal. And we'll see what happens. If you appreciate my time, energy, and effort, maybe you consider it. If not, no worries. Moving on with the show. He says, willing to be wrong. Yeah, I feel you, Tropical Astronaut. Me too. And I'll buy what I perceive to be the bottom around, up until and then probably past, New Year's. But definitely October 5th, and the bottom, hopefully, of this market. And we'll see what happens. I've bought the bottom of the last market, did pretty well with that. So I'm hoping to be pretty on point for this one. But I appreciate you stopping back by, Tropical Astronaut. And it's DeFi Friday for DeFi Gaming. I don't know if you're familiar with our DeFi Friday, Tropical Astronaut, but it's a lot of fun if you like any kind of DeFi gaming. And first and foremost, let's start with some chainers. So the way that it works on Friday is we kind of bounce in between our normal things that we look at. And we throw some games in there, and then at the end of the show, we also play some more games. And that's what makes it DeFi Friday. We got Sunflower Land, we got Kindra, we got Chainers. We used to have a couple other ones. And then we have some obscure games that we visit every other, couple weeks. What's the only game that I can think of on the Kronos ecosystem? and it's the something lions. There's a bunch of lions that have to do with it. Somebody could probably tell me what it is. But we play that game. We're always looking for more games. Probably the best one that I'm playing right now is got to be Sunflower Land, and then Kindra, and then what is it? zee-verse? Yeah, zee-verse is just grinding. I love to see that. I bought some of their coin. It's a long shot. I didn't buy a lot, but that game's currency is so cheap right now, zee-verse. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will bring it up at some point. I'm sure we'll play it. But it's throwing $5 into that game could take you somewhere if we get any kind of hype into. The thing is, if there's any hype into DeFi gaming at any point, we've been so all over it. We're in the Atomcaster getting our free item for our farm here on Chainers, link in the description. That we're going to know what games are good. And people who are gamers coming from, you know, even if they humor us and try some of our DeFi games, they're not going to be like Call of Duty, and they're not going to be like a AAA game, right? There's one that I can think of, right? Guns. But anyways, we know which ones are best. We know which ones have a likelihood of having everybody flock to it. At least I feel like we do. Maybe you believe that, maybe you don't. But I like Sunflower, in that order. Sunflower Land, Kindra, and then zee-verse. I don't know what I would necessarily put after that. Anybody got any ideas of what they'd put after that? What's your favorite DeFi game? That's the question. That's what I want to know. And as I always talk about, I don't want to be preachy, but, you know, people wish that they got amazing opportunities when they show themselves, like Bitcoin itself, right? Everybody wishes they would have bought Bitcoin at the lows, but people don't understand the level of risk and just obscureness, right, that is there before it's realized. Of course, everybody would buy Bitcoin if they knew what it was going to do, but there were a lot of people who had friends and family saying, you should look into this, you should buy some of this, and they laughed at them and said, you know, I don't need any pretend internet money in my life. I'm already broke enough. I don't need to waste money on pretend internet money. And then look what happened. Well, with a lot of the games and the currencies and, you know, the opportunity that could or could not be there, and how ahead of the game we really are here in DeFi gaming, you almost have to care about it and have a passion in general for crypto and DeFi to even be here in this time. So if you like DeFi Friday, you're all right with me. I really appreciate your passion for what is blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, DeFi, Web3, whatever title you want to put on it. But I do very much see these type of things eventually pretty much running everything. I think to get real DeFi gaming into the spotlight, of course, we're going to need to see a AAA game adopt it. A lot of people were hoping for that Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know, how does everybody feel about it? Who's played Grand Theft Auto 6? I haven't. I know a lot of people in crypto were very much convinced that it was almost guarantee that they were going to implement some kind of cryptocurrency into that game. And I'll tell you, I think that they definitely missed the ball if they didn't do that. And I don't think that there's any reason why they can't implement it later on, right? Like they could add it in as like a patch or something like that. I don't know why they didn't do it, but I don't even know if was there ever any real plans for them to do that, or was that just all speculation? I have a feeling Melissa would know. Probably Melissa's the person to go to on that. This is just a random shooter game on Chainers that gets me free items, and I could run it up. Like once you get to about 1,000, you could easily run 20, 30, 40,000 here, but you don't really get anything for doing that. So we usually crash out after we get 1,000 points and just run into everything and see how long we can last. Because I'd get the exact same prize whether I die now or get to 1 million. So we're going to move on from that. Melissa said, many times I had the chance to get BTC cheap, and I missed them all because I lack knowledge. But I am aware now. What up about GTA? How is it? How is GTA 6? I've heard, one, my news feed has been relatively quiet as far as GTA 6 goes. Obviously, I know there's no, cryptocurrency in it or anything of that. That would have been big news, don't you think? But at the same time, I would say a lot of people who I have heard talked about it said it was not what they were expecting. It was kind of watered down. It was more geared towards children. It's hard to believe for Grand Theft Auto, but it seems like that would actually probably be a pretty good move on their part. And so it's very interesting. I don't really know what's up about it. The whole reason why I brought it up is because I don't think DeFi gaming is going to get any of the, attention in the regular normie market of gaming, because we need a AAA game like Grand Theft Auto was hoped to be to adopt some cryptocurrency in it, and then I think that boy could fly. I think DeFi gaming as a whole category could fly. And again, to recap, my point there was we will know what games are of any good, because when those gamers come in, they're not going to want to play, even Chainers. Chainers is not really a game as much as it is a farm. They're trying to have some gaming to it, but it's more of a farm. And we know games like Kindra, Sunflower, and those type of things and zee-verse especially, have a far higher likelihood of attracting people, and those coins, because they all have a coin associated with them, are likely to go up. And that zee-verse coin is cheap. I mean, it is super cheap. You would not, if that went to like $2 million market cap, you'd be sitting pretty. You'd be sitting on a nice like 8x or something like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Oh, Melissa says it's not out yet. Oh, everybody pre-ordered it, huh? But it's not actually out yet. See, I don't play those things, if you can't tell. I have Grand Theft Auto 5 though on my PS4. I never play it. If I get on it, it's very rare, and I just drive a motorcycle around in the mountains for about 20 minutes, and then I move on. I don't have time for that. Bitcoin is at $62,887 because I'm too busy researching this crypto. And I have a new live stream that's going to be coming out, and it's completely uncrypto related. So I don't expect anybody to really come over to that. A lot of gamers upset about it being digital and no physical copy. I could see that. And I haven't heard no ties to crypto yet. Yeah, for the longest time that they've talked about it, probably before there was ever any release date or anything like that, they were talking about there being a cryptocurrency associated with GTA 6, which would be the perfect catalyst. There would be people on there making so much money, right? It would be the perfect catalyst. I'm sure you know about people with Grand Theft Auto private servers and stuff. They're making $50,000, $60,000 a day. You heard me right. Ethereum, $1,863. We're going to go through this quick, right? BNB, $587, up 4% in the last 7 days. Any green like that is pretty good right now. XRP, $1.06, holding up above $1. I'd like to see XRP hold $1, right? Because it went as low as about 20 cents, 25 cents in the last cycle. So if it could hold like a nice couple of X's, that would be good. That would be a good new floor base low, local low on a macro scale, right? Solana, $72.89. A lot of red on the 7 days. Hyperliquid down 8.4% to $52. Could be a good time to scoop a bag of Hyperliquid, but we also could be going lower. I take this day by day here in this market. But again, I am looking for a bottom of the cryptocurrency market, asset class, whatever you want to call it, around October 5th, I think, somewhere in that range. Of course, October to, say, December. But October 5th historically is 1,038 days, which is from bottom to bottom, cycle to cycle. Anyways, let's not get caught up in that. Zcash, $459. XMR, $359. Cardano, 16 cents. High 16 cents, almost 17. Chainlink, $8.17. XLM, 17 cents. Canton Network, 11 cents. Could be a good time to scoop a bag of Canton. Too many bags to build, so I have to be a little bit selective, right? Bitcoin Cash, $209. Toncoin, $1.41. Probably the last time I'm going to point this out. USDG is Robinhood stablecoin. HBAR, a high 6 cents, almost 7 cents. Swee, 68 cents. Wow. Swee got beat up on. I'm about to buy some more Swee, that's for sure. Remember, we learned a lot about Swee. Swee is different than a lot of blockchains, right? It's object focused. If you remember our breakdown on it, that's why we do those breakdowns. And today there will be no real educational teaching. Otherwise, it'll just be whatever random things I think to tell you about what I've learned. Deep dive into research in this crypto. Fear and Greed Index 27. And if you know, I've been away a little bit, so let's take a look at what it was. Yesterday was 25. Let's come down here to our bar graph. Go to like the last 7 days. We had a low day, 25. Why is it? Okay, it's not telling me there. 28. Yeah, it looks all pretty comparable. 26. So it's all been in about the same spot. And let's go take a look at what is trending coins right after we hit some DeFi gaming. Welcome to Sunflower Land, where I have finally figured out how to get to other islands and stuff. Now we have seasons. Right now we're in spring, summer, fall, winter. We have a lot more going on here for sure. So definitely been upgrading here. Let's cut down some trees. Looks like I got $200 from... I have like a super small % chance of getting 200 coins. It's one of your skills. As you level up, you have skills, right? And there's your easy skills, right? They only cost 1 point. I have a point, but I'm saving it for these higher tiered skills, which I feel like I should have actually got the higher tier skills if I could have. I don't know if I could when I was lower level and getting points easier. Right now we're trying to get to level 23 so we can start this next upgrade. Let's see what we have to eat here. So how you level up in Sunflower Land is you eat things, right? So this is going to give me about 1200 XP. We are super close. Do I not have anything under salt? So there's a lot to explain here. This game, everything is an NFT. Every item is an NFT, which I absolutely love. I went ahead and got the VIP membership. There is a link in the description to Sunflower Land if you'd like to get straight to it and play along with us. I think it's pretty awesome. It's real DeFi. There's real value here. There is things that go for lots of money. And there's a whole market, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second. First, I got to plant all these carrots, right? And there's mini games. They did a festival kind of, you know, bonus island on here. I'll show you the map here shortly, and that game was a lot of fun. I hope that they keep those games. I hope they don't get rid of that game now that the festival's over. Check on the chickens. Need to get some lemons so I can make... I gotta figure out how to craft some medicine. It says I gotta make medicine, but I don't know where to make it and what ingredients I need. So there is a bit of a learning curve here. Let's see, upgrade. Got to do, in order to upgrade to the next island, we've got to do all the expansions, and we got to get 20 crimson, which is a lot of crimson. It's like the next tier after gold. If you've played anything like Minecraft, this game should make a lot of sense to you. You got wood, you got stone, you got iron, you got gold, and what's after gold? Apparently crimson. So, again, there's a lot going on to this game. I really am very surprised at how old this game is, and there's constant updates in development. Here is kind of your marketplace, or let's go to the flower dashboard, right? There's an in-game currency. It is flower. It tells you a whole bunch of metrics and things to know about it. There's about $2.5 million that was spent in the last 7 days by about 18,500, 18,600 players. And there are all kinds of things that sell for high prices, and there's things that just sell for normal prices, right? So right here it tells you some of these whale traders, some of these big purchases. Like a foreman beaver You buy this on your island because it cuts down all your trees for you, right? And if you have it running, it'll make sure you have lots of wood all the time. And it is about almost 1,600 bucks. This thing here is worth about 1,800 bucks. One of the most expensive items I could find was a Christmas tree that gives you a random gift on Christmas. And it was like $4,000 and it sold recently. But for your everyday stuff, you have resources, right? And I'm here because, well, I need some lemons. Let's see what I gotta pay. Do I need 50 lemons though? That's per lemon. So 0.4, let's confirm. Okay, bang. So we've got lemons and I've already got honey because I unlocked the bees and I've already harvested it. A lot of things to like kind of learn how everything goes, right? Infused fish oil. There's multiple different places where you cook things. I have got to figure out how it is that I make some actual healing medicine for the chickens. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. I'm not getting it unless they do physical copies. Understood. I know a lot of people feel that way. I have to agree with you. I'm not a big fan of not getting a physical copy. I won't be surprised when all of your machines don't even have a CD reader, right? At some point, we will get to the point where you'll have to have digital copies because there won't be a such thing as a disc reader or anything. I think we will get there. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can't level up. We got a parsnip cake. That should take us over. Welcome to level 23. And now we should be able to expand. It's going to take about 2 hours, so maybe we'll still be streaming when it's done. Maybe we won't. I'm sure we could rush it, but I don't even have the coins to do that. This is Sunflower Land. We'll come back to it. Here's a map of everything that's going on here. You got the plaza, the beach. You got the kingdom where we play our mini games, digging where we can kind of go fossil hunting and things like that. And of course the retreat where the goblins are. And we will be going there pretty shortly, as I do need to get some more flour into the game. I need to buy some flour, and I will show you how to get it in the game. But first, we're going to go check something else out. We're going to take a look at Godel, because I am a huge fan of this game. Hold up. I don't want to do this. Let's reject that. All right. And let's get to mining here. Godel, it's down a little bit. It's $1.70. Sounds like a good time to mine it, in my opinion. So, how many rounds? I wondered why it didn't give me the proper stuff earlier. Let's do about 25 rounds here. And that is going to pull about $6, and it'll probably give me like 300-400 rounds. 29 soul, huh? $2,000 in Solana is the Solana jackpot. And then there's a Godel jackpot. It's only at about 800, so it must have popped recently, meaning it paid out. Of course, there's Rush as well. Wow, that one was pretty close. 976. $2. I was going to buy a shovel earlier. I never did. Hey, shout out to the Prime Minister. He got himself a cool $100. Well done, Prime Minister. And let's drop something in the chat, just so they know that we're thinking about them. And this is Godel. I'm a big fan of it. We'll see how it plays out. It's very much like Ore. And Ore went to $1,500 a coin. This is at $1. This was as high as about 20 bucks. And it could go much higher in this next bull market. So I think it's smart to have a bag of it. If we go and view my profile, you will see that I've got about 48 of them, about about $81 worth of Godel right now. It went down a little bit, and I did sell a little bit to have some liquidity in some other places. Finally, let's talk about Kindra. Kindra has been a lot of fun, and they keep adding things. I don't know what do we think is better, Kindra or zee-verse? Zee-verse has an element to it that I really like that Kindra just doesn't have. They could add it at any point, but they don't have it as of right now. And then, of course, vice versa is true. Kindra has some elements to it that zee-verse doesn't have. There we go. Day 2 streak. For a minute, they were giving me free Kindra, and now they haven't. So, I don't know if that was just for the first couple of days. They quit doing it like immediately. I don't know what that's about. First things first, I think we need to go fishing. And it used to let you zoom out a lot more. It's not letting me zoom out no more. Okay, that is not what I need to do. Well, messed everything up here. Nice. All right, we need to go fishing because that's basically your health. It's how you heal yourself while you're fighting. Shout out to Melissa. I think she's much farther than me. I am level 16 and she is level 18. So she's been grinding hard. I've been working on getting my trading post level up. I can finally do these kind of level 2 quests where I can make about 1,000 gold per run. Trying to get to 5,000 gold so we can buy the house and see what all that's about. See what happens when we buy a little cottage, not cabbage. So let's go ahead and catch us some fish. You do catch more than one fish per fishing, whatever this is, whatever you want to call this. You got to get the little line and stop it in between the green bar. If you get it like right in the middle, get a perfect catch, and you can get some higher level, trophy fish, which you eat all the same, I think. But I don't want to catch too many and keep too many on me, because if I die, I will lose everything in my inventory, which is why they have a bank where you can go deposit things that you don't want to lose. I got, a golden trout. Sounds delicious. Alright, I think we're getting enough here. What is my fishing level? 25? And there's a lot of different things you can grind. Like, you can grind levels. You could grind your skill levels. You can grind a lot of different things. Alright, I think we got plenty of food. I don't think I'm going to try. I had probably one of this Peacemaster. It was like level 70 or whatever. I don't know why it says 0 right now. Troll 2, that's a high level character. I don't know why those say 0. They're both very high level characters. They helped me complete one of these quests here that I would otherwise have died pretty quickly. Melissa says, my house sucks. Okay, so you dropped the 5G for the cottage or whatever it is. I can found a guild for 10,000 gold. It was 5,000. So they upped that. Let's see. What is this? The sprint potions are, I don't know how affordable they are, but they seem to be well worth the money. Let's go fight this guy. I did get a pretty awesome sword. The sword is like 7 grand. Or 7 gold. 7,000 gold, right? Don't want to confuse anybody thinking that it's like 7 grand in real life here. Never know who's going to watch this stream later on. But yeah, I think my favorites right now are pretty much Sunflowerland, Kindra, zee-verse. I guess until we find some more. And they changed this. Like, you used to kill these and it didn't have like a little raid pop up and all this stuff. Let's see. And then you get these boxes. Now, the boxes are where the like money items are. And you can buy keys to open them. So look, if you run the wild, so when you're doing the trade routes, you can do safe routes, right? Where you just get a lot less. Or you can do these wild routes where things will attack you on your way. And for some reason, when they attack you, like, I guess you're supposed to just keep running and not fight them, because they do not let you fight them. It is very weird. So we're going to run a safe one real quick. You get a bunch of items. I think you can team up and somebody can kind of help you. That would be fun to do live on the stream, Melissa. Oh wait, how am I getting attacked? I literally did the non-aggressive one, so I don't understand. What I don't like is the simple fact that I can't seem to attack them. Let's see. Yeah, your hands are full. You can't fight them. It's so dumb. And they do way too much damage. Why did he stop walking? I'm most likely going to get killed here. This is why I grinded so much food. Doesn't make any sense to me, though. I'm not sure what happened, because I think you're only supposed to get attacked if you choose the wild expedition one. And for whatever reason, I didn't click that, and they still attacking me. So maybe I have that wrong. I would like to take this all the way to the other side. We'll go ahead and drop it off here because I don't think it makes much difference. I made 460 gold. Melissa says, yeah, I'm in Peace Masters group. They help me all the time. Yeah. My house sucks. It floats in the air and you can see through all the walls. Oh, wow. They're going to have to fix that. I hate the fact that they limit you every day what you can sail and trade route missions. There's a limit to how many missions you can do? I know that there's a limit on like how much stuff you can sell, like for money. Which is annoying, but we've seen how many ecosystems have totally failed, right? So I try not to be too hard on them for that, because they're probably trying, hopefully it's because they're trying to protect their tokenomics and not let their tokenomics be absolute garbage. Even if it's just like gold in game. So a lot of people now selling Kindra on here, or selling gold for Kindra. Who knows who's even the lowest anymore. But when you go to sell just random items, you can only sell up to 1,000, which is kind of annoying. Kind of need to keep a lot of these materials though. Sell this golden trout. I don't really need that. Stop by the bank here. Struggerheart says, I always like guilds. Yeah, exactly. It's good to have a good group. If we had enough people who played on here, I would definitely start a guild. And we would play like live. That would be pretty dope. And then do raids and stuff like that. It'd be a lot of fun. So let's see. What do we want to deposit? Definitely this epic stuff. These crates. More epic gear. A lot of this other stuff I'm not overly worried about. I guess we'll hit those gems. See the color next to them kind of tells you if they're rare, super rare, epic, all that kind of stuff, right? All right, I'm almost to 5 Gs, and then I'll figure out how to buy the cottage. And we'll check that out, and we'll see if it sucks as bad as Melissa says it does. I'm at a point where you can see 2 week, pretty much nothing gives me XP anymore unless it's one of these like full-on bosses. So we'll have to take some of them out when we can. This new sword does slap though. And these big bosses aren't really much to me anymore. Bang, he falls down. Wait for all the pop-ups to go away so I can claim it. And we'll come in here. See how this has the 2 swords? So this should be like PvP. Then this says safe. Trying to figure out how is it safe if I get randomly attacked. And the farther you go, the more money you make. So it's like I could go to this one that's like really close to me. Or I can take it farther. But look, I'm getting attacked. It makes no sense. I'm supposed to be safe. And I'm getting attacked. Somebody make that make sense. And why do they look like they're hitting me harder than even the last ones were? I think I'm gonna have to take this. And of course they make you go slower. It's really, oh wow, so just 6 more? Yeah. That just makes no sense to me at all. How is it a safe route? Like they're supposed to pay you significantly less, but you can take like a safe route, right? Or you can take a safe load where you don't get attacked. They must be glitching or something. But anyways, this game has a lot of potential. I have enjoyed it quite a bit. Obviously, it's very new. They keep changing it. The coin itself not doing so hot. But that doesn't really mean anything for the people playing it and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Let's take like a normal safe one. Let's see if we still get attacked. I don't have anything on me, so I guess I don't care. It would be nice to have a couple swift potions going on here. My backpack is completely emptied because we just got washed. I've never been attacked by that many things at one time, which is pretty annoying. Have you had this happen to you yet, Melissa? Said I'd be rich if the limit cap wasn't there. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's the point, is the tokenomics would... And it's not even tokenomics because the token itself is separate, right? Oh, wow. I even lost... Oh, I lost quite a bit of money from that, too. Well, that's really annoying. I think the worst part about it is you get attacked and you're not allowed to fight anything. Trade level 6. That's easily the worst part about it, right? I guess we try another one of these supposedly safe routes so I can get some money back. If I get washed on this, I'm going to lose quite a bit of money. Oh, wow. And I didn't go fishing. I lost all my fish, so I have no health. Well, if I get attacked, I'm immediately dead. And with new games and stuff, they're going to be glitchy, because I'm pretty sure that's a glitch. Pretty confident that you're not supposed to get attacked when you choose safe routes. And here's the trading post. Can't really afford to keep going here and get attacked. So we'll just take it to this one. Why does it look like it never picked anything up? Did it legitimately never even pick up? Wow. Alright, that's really annoying. And let's swap back over to Sunflower Land. I need to swap some Ethereum into Sunflower. Oh wait, no, it's just flower. And we want base, not Farcast flower, we want base, and we don't want Polygon, right? And pretty much get to swap in there. We want to leave a tiny bit of money here. Just for any type of transactions we may do later. I always have to go Forest Post, and I would do Wild Route. But I use Swift Potions, it helps. Yeah, I had a bunch when I was doing them earlier. I should have stopped to buy some more. And sometimes random players help kill the bandits, exactly. You don't get attacked on safe routes. You do get attacked on safe routes, just not as much. But I haven't heard done both. It's the same to me. Yeah. Hey, we could team up. And we could take turns doing the routes. And the other person could kill those things attacking us. That would be pretty profitable. So in this game, whenever you want to get kind of money into the game, you got to come see this goblin. And you go to Flower and deposit. I don't know why they have a face recognition. That's strange. And we want to deposit Flower, linked wallets. We already have it linked. Got 123, and we just hit deposit. And it's pretty much that simple. Then it pops up with MetaMask. You're going to approve that proposal, right? If we understand how the blockchain works, been over that many times. The mempool, the validator, and then finally it being put into a block, minted on chain, and considered finality or final or done, however you want to call that. But we'll save that for another day. And you get salt that you harvest, and then you just take fish. Like if I just ate this, I'd get this much XP. But if I age it, I have a high chance of increasing its XP, right? So we do that on everything to get extra XP, but it takes more time. And where do you get all that stuff? You get it from fishing. Every time you fish, it costs you a fishing rod. I lucked out and I got like 100 of them when I bought my VIP pass. They didn't give it to me for buying the VIP pass. I'll show you after this reel. We'll go ahead and pull it up because I got to go check my rewards. They have a basic reward tier. And then, of course, when you buy the VIP, then you unlock the VIP reward tier. It was like $10 for 3 months. Can't complain about that, right? So here's like, you have your basic tier. Should be familiar in it with like a phone games. A lot of times have these. And you'll see when I get to this next tier, and you get these points from doing quests. So let's see what quests we have going on. Got the sandwich quest. I can never seem to have enough sandwiches for her. Need 600 sunflower. 25 stone would give me quite a chunk of change. I never catch any parrotfish, so let's skip that order and see what we get. A more rare fish that I've also never seen before. Nice. Finally have some fruit trees, which is nice. So I could do that one eventually. And sand, I don't have that. So maybe we need to get to go digging. I never have enough sand as well. Then we got mini games and keys that I'm trying to get to unlock some boxes. They always help. I hate when you like can't do a quest, so you skip it, and then they just give you harder quests that are more unlikely to ever be able to do. Gotta love that. So let's go check out the beach. I just realized if I go to the beach, I'm gonna spend up all of my stone and not be able to complete that other quest. So maybe we won't do that. Got to be strategic here, but you can see this is where everybody's digging, and you can get all kinds of things in there. Come to this guy, you buy shovels, but that shovel is going to cost you. Here, we'll do one, two. Going to cost you 1 stone every single time. I guess they're stone shovels. What do we get? A crab, which I don't need, and another crab, which I also don't really need, but I can use for quests. Then we can go visit other people's islands and clean up. Let's see, I got four I can do today. And if you're new at the game, you can take the literal trash that you clean up off the island. And it tells you at the bottom how many tasks you really need to do. Here we are. All right, there we go. And you can take those trash items and you can sell them at the retreat, the Goblin Retreat Island, for a little bit of extra cash. If you're new to the game, that extra little bit of cash is actually very helpful. So let's do all of these. Let's see, we have 20 things we got to do. Well, I know where 5 are. 5 are over here for sure. And look how just ridiculously big this person's island is. I wonder how many islands you got to go to get here. It's pretty wild. All right, where's the other 12 things that I need to do? Must be in the house, right? Wow, there is not a single thing in their house. Got this one. Oh, wow, all 11 were in that thing. Okay. And again, this is just kind of an add-on side quest thing. You get some social points and things, but also it can be a good source of a little extra money when you're first starting out, especially if you haven't bought any sunflower or anything like that. What did this person say they had in sunflower? That was wild. Who did I even click on? Who is this? This guy? Has 82,404 flour. I'm trying to even fathom how much money that is. Like legit. So they have 82,000 flour in this game. Here, we're going to do a little calculating here and see how much that is very shortly. Like, let's come in here and just grab a random item. Okay, so I guess it's not that much. Like, it's a good chunk of money, but it's not as much as I thought it was. So about 23,000 flour is about 1,800 bucks. So it's got about 6 grand in the game. That's not a small timer if you ask me. That's on the bigger scale there. And let's see, I got 2 more I can do. Let's do those 2 real quick. I like to do them because you can kind of see other people's islands and just how big and extravagant it gets. There's a lot of stuff. Remember, every item in here is an NFT. So real DeFi gaming. They have real value. You can resell them. You can pretty much buy and sell anything. One thing I'd like to show off is like the pets. But let's finish strong. Let's finish this real quick. Oh, they cheered your farm and helped my farm, huh? Well, it pays to help people, especially the ones who are online. I don't think I've done this person's yet. No, I must not have. All right, this is the last one I can do. You can only help 5 people a day. But I need people. Do you have certain items in the game that you need people to help you with? Like they have to come to your farm and click on it. Otherwise, it'll never evolve or become useful. I don't know what happens once there's a little bar every time they help you. It goes up in XP. I don't know what happens when it gets all the way full. I haven't had that happen to me yet. So I noticed that they had mini games, and then they even had like third-party mini games that I guess maybe other people could make. These games are not maintained or supported by Sunflower Land team. Proceed at your own risk. See, what does that mean though? Like somebody could make a fraudulent game and they would just let people have access to it. I think they should probably do their own due diligence, and they should probably go check out those games and make sure that people aren't getting absolutely mollywopped, because I don't know of a word that suits that better. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't really stop here. I gotta target is 50 chickens. I don't want to sound unconfident here, but I don't think I'm ever getting to 50 chickens. That's a lot of chickens. There's a lot of obstacles here. And I can never tell if I'm too close to the items, like the rocks and things. I don't know if I'm too close to them. Try to stay out here in this main area. Dang it. Come on, move, goblin. Alright, what am I at now? 17. Maybe if I could pick up like a bunch of these. Oh, I missed that one. If you've ever seen like the snake game they have on mobile and stuff, this is basically the same idea. But your little chicken parade gets going so fast. See, I don't even know how I hit that. In my mind, I was nowhere even close to that. Let's see what else we could do. Fruit dash. Don't remember what the fruit dash was. And all the games start like looking pretty easy, and then they are actually not that easy. I don't even know what's my goal. 1,000 points. I'm at 154. I assume I want that pickaxe. And it slowly starts speeding up here. Oop, probably needed whatever that was. Certainly don't claim to be good at these little mini games. Oh, cooked. And only made it to 917. Was so close. Alright, do we dare try it one more time? I think if I wouldn't have missed like the 2 or 3 items that I missed, I think we would have, yeah, absolutely cooked. I gotta say, the one game that they had for the festival was actually a lot of fun. These games are pretty mid. At first, when I never played them, they weren't so bad, but the whack-a-mole one's actually doable. Oh, whoops, not supposed to hit the bunnies. But I'll admit that, like, these are kind of lame. Not that I have any trouble admitting that. Probably going to hop over to Kindra after this. And they start getting higher level here, the more you actually don't miss any, which helps you get more points. I think there's a time limit here, right? Oh, got 50. I looked at the 50-second and, of course, started messing up. Can't look away. All right, cool. The mission failed. I was supposed to get to 3,000. All right, well, I'm done with that because that was boring. I think they missed the mark on that a little bit. The mini games, they give you, literally, they give you another currency called marks. And you can use this shop here to buy things. The only thing worth it to me is this key for 1,000. But they don't give you, they give you like 50 marks, 40 marks. It's just not enough to validate spending any time playing those games. And the games aren't good enough to play. So I feel like it's a cool add-on, but it's not really worth playing. I don't see a lot of people grinding out on those games. Now, the other game that they made that was just like Maddle, that they had for the festival, that game was fun. All right, let's come in here and get some stones, complete a quest real quick, and then we'll hop back over to Kindra. I'd love to play some zee-verse. I don't know if we'll have time tonight. Checking the Discord real quick. Appreciate you posting that we're live, Melissa, as always. Appreciate your consistency. Let's go. Yeah, we can do this quest. That's an easy one. It's not so hard for me to get those stones now. Starting to get to the point where the game is getting a little bit easier. And I wonder how much XP that gave me in my reward tier. And not a lot. Maybe like 25 points or something. Get back home. And of course, I'm trying to remember where the heck you make. Like, where do I make the medicine for the chickens? I have no idea where I do that. I've found it before. Yeah. Not there. I don't think it's going to be at any of these. Is it this thing? I do need to make some more sandwiches. I'm missing wheat. Alright, let's hop back over to Kindra. I'm super not used to having everything on the side over here. Has anybody upgraded their tabs in the new, I don't know, upgrade? The fact that you can't fight is just kind of wild to me. Let's go buy some Swift potions. I think buying Swift potions is better than trying to grind out a bunch of like fish to eat. Although I need a few of those anyways. Kind of, you know, between like Sunflower Land and zee-verse and Kindra, it's kind of like different strokes for different folks, right? Some people are going to like certain things better than others. I don't even know why I came over here. I don't need to. I can just go to the market. Browse. We're going to type in like Swift tonics here. Oh, they want to charge me like 600 for them? All right, let's go to craft. And let me figure out how I make my own Swift ones, because a mixed Swift tonic, you have berries. Are there any other Swift tonics? Not that I see. I do have berries somewhere. I gotta remember where I got them. Yeah, I don't even see any other Swift items. They've added all this stuff. Longbows and all kinds of stuff. I'd never seen that before. Alright, let's go into the bank. Let's see. I know I got some berries in here. Filter for item. Was pretty sure I had berries in here. Maybe my berries are for sale and I need to pull them off the market. It's a mystic bloom. Alright, next idea. I keep hitting guild. That's not what I want. I don't want a guild. I want trade. I don't know why he keeps kicking me out of it. Let's go to sell. Seems like maybe people have bought some of my items here. Definitely not these crates, huh? Definitely some of my items have sold. Do I drop the 600? I think I'll drop the 600 on some Swift potions. And then we'll put some of them in the bank. Because if I lose... If I lose all of them, I'll be pretty blowed. Trying to make money, not lose it. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's see, is Melissa online? Melissa is, I think, online, right? Maybe not. Oh, that's somebody's character. I was like, the boss's miniature. Alright, we'll run this. Let's see. They always attack me when I go through here. Let's see if we can go around. And if I go like an obscure way, I notice that they don't pop out on me. The Swift potions could definitely last a little bit longer. Would be nice. I think we're going to try to take it all the way to that other portal. See, I didn't get attacked when I didn't go through there, but it sounds like from what Melissa was saying that it was pretty random. I think I'll try to save my Swift potions for when they pop out on me, even if it's kind of slow. If you go over to style, and you can see your mounts and your weapons, the little crown that I bought, but I wanted to show you the sword I got is way up. There's only 3 swords that are better than the sword I have. Thought that person was gonna run up to me and actually help me. Now I need to grind out some other gear. I saved up for that really good sword. Now, oh, I never got any fish. Oh, wait, why'd he stop? Why'd you stop? All right. I'm pretty mad about that one. Yo, they got to figure this out, because this is pretty stupid, if you ask me. Because you can just lose, like, way too much money. And I just lost, like, 6 Swift potions. Like, I'm pretty pissed. Not that it matters, 'cause it's a dumb game, but that really pisses me off. Why do you have to lose all your items? I don't understand. Why can't they just drop and you have to, like, go pick them back up or something? There's a lot of potential for really high risk there. It's pretty lame. I forgot to get some fish, so I had nothing to heal myself with when they attacked me. And a lot of times I click on the map to travel. I need to not do that. I need to use that WASD to actually travel on the keyboard. And let's get a couple more. So I've done nothing but lose money at this point, and it is very annoying. And that is why we put some Swift potions inside the bank. Shout out to that person who came up to me and acted like they were going to help me and then never actually helped me. Like, why does it seem like they're following me? All right. I don't want their help now. Their help would have been useful before. Find those Swift potions. Where are they at? I think there might be too many items in here. Let's take all the tendies. I don't know why I actually bothered getting fish. I could have just came here. Oh, let's type in Swift potions. Let's take, say, 5 of them. I don't want to take too many and get wiped again. But that's on me for, not only did I not get any fish, but I didn't have anything to heal myself with. That was not a smart move. Trying to up, but you disappear. LOL, that's me behind you. Oh. Now it all makes sense. I saw you run up to me earlier. I thought you were going to help me. But then you kind of ran off, and then I got attacked. Let's grab a delivery here. Throw on the Swift potion. Even though I should probably save that Swift potion for when I'm actually being attacked. Alright, and then we'll actually use... There's Melis. I just didn't bother to read it, I guess, huh? I wonder if we both... No, because our hands will be full. I was going to say, I wonder if we could both take stuff, but then both of our hands will be full, and neither one of us will be able to do anything. Could absolutely just chew through all of these Swift potions. I got to figure out where to get berries from. Where do we get berries from? Do you know, Melissa? It is nice to be playing Kindra with another player on stream, though. I was trying to, but you dropped everything and disappeared. Yep. I got killed and I didn't have any health with me. I don't know how I overlooked that. That is definitely a dumb mistake for me to make. Okay, and we're going to need Swift and give me some tendies. Okay, clicking tendies. Clicking food. Like not doing anything and it's lagging out. There we go. Dang, they're definitely cooking me. Why did the earnings go down? Earnings went down considerably. Do you like demote levels when you get killed or something? Is that what happened? It's so tempting to just use the Swift potions like constantly. Alright, it is lagging. What is going on? Like, please don't like lag kill me. Yeah, that's what it's trying to do. Nothing is happening and all of a sudden you turn around and you're dead. Good thing I just like mashed all the buttons so that I was eating stuff at the same time. What is going on? It's like still getting attacked even though I turned it in. I I don't know if you killed some of those for me, but I appreciate you. You want to take out this boss over here before we take another run? All right. Walks right past him, doesn't even attack him. Gotta love that. Think I need some better gear. They were killing me way too easily. At least I get some XP with these. Either from the plants or you buy fruit from the market. Are you talking about for Swift potions? I haven't done much growing plants. I planted some and then I never got to harvest them. You want to run something and I'll protect you? Alright, well, I guess I'm going to run one then. We'll see how far I make it. I think I'm not going to bother with, like, trying to go around. I'm already so slow that I don't really think it matters where I go. She said no. Okay. I do a lot of times like going through this portal over here to go to a different trading. And that would work if I had somebody with me. Okay, you are with me. I can never tell what's going on. It's so laggy. Raid hour in 1 minute. Yeah, they do have some really strong bosses drop. Would definitely be fun to do as a group if we had a few people to do it. Oh, this is painfully slow. I think this is more or less the game itself here. Some of it is because I'm carrying this shipping. But this is insane. Makes me want to use the Swift potion even though it'd be a waste. Looks like we might make it there. Looks like the raid hour has started. I'm definitely not trying to fight that thing. I tried to fight that raid boss, killed me in about 3 seconds. At least you can run away from it. Alright, turned a little bit of profit on that. At this point, I feel like I'm just trying to get my money back. Alright, I'm throwing that Swift potion on. I can't stand to stare at that for that long and move that slow. And I'm sure I'll get attacked soon as it wears off. Oh, it actually feels like we're moving now. And we delivered. I only got one Swift potion on me. Dang, they make you move so slow. Can't stand that. I would much rather than just pay me way less versus making me this slow. This is painful. Striker Heart says, I'm pretty hungry. You ever get some pizzas, man? I know, I'm gonna make me a nice steak soon as I get off. Had some Thai chicken, Thai coconut chicken for lunch. It was pretty good. And then, of course, a bunch of watermelon. Stay hydrated out here in this Florida sun. Bro, it's not even right how slow we're going. Makes me like not even want to do this. I mean, you make a decent amount of money and you're not going a very far distance, but this is kind of ridiculous. I feel like it goes slower whenever I try to go like right through the middle of town. How does it look on your side? Am I just like lagging constantly? I almost feel like I need to log out and log back in. We are rolling in an hour and a half here. I feel like this is not good advertising for the game. I'm only moving this slow because I'm taking like the most expensive trade route and they're trying to make it, I guess, more challenging. I don't know if I agree that this is the way to make it more challenging by making you super slow and then you get attacked and you can't even fight back. You got to do one or the other. Whether you make me slow and I can fight back, or I just get attacked and I'm not slow. But both is a little ridiculous. I only made 130. What? I didn't even make anything? Let's go into the chat. Usually there's like a tells you what you've been doing kind of chat, right? Let's see. Nope. Well, that's kind of lame. Should probably tell me what I'm doing. I think I'm about over that. I think I'm just gonna kill everything around me. See, I'm definitely lagging. Let's refresh this thing, shall we? This might just be my internet lagging or something. Yeah, this is, it's not right. Too many things running on the computer. Struggle hard. Why'd you have to talk about food? Now all I can think about is that steak. Yeah, everything got real slow all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about. Harvest up some carrots. Need to put some sunflower seeds in the ground. We got a lot of plots of land now, so it shouldn't be too hard to do. Complete that quest. Some free seeds. Let's see, we needed 600 sunflowers and we only have 400. So let's go grow us some sunflower seeds. Probably the ones I first plant will probably be done about the time I finish planting these. Maybe not. Just harvest and plant like in a repetitive loop here. Pretty close. Let's see what that last one's at. I finished at like 21 seconds. And where does the time go? I had planned on looking at some normal things that we look at. Here, let's do one more round of this. Some free seeds. Trying to replant as I go slows me down a lot. If I just harvest them, I could harvest them really fast. Almost seems to work quicker that way. All right, let's go take a look over at Crypto Rank, what our trending coins are. We'll refresh it, see what we get. Giggle on the radar, huh? Watch out for Giggle, I guess. Let's see what we got going on. Bitcoin Cash, Giggle, Rats. Giggle's up 50%. Wow, Giggle. So, I mean, if it's up 50% and it's at $44, that means Giggle was as low as 22 bucks. I feel like everybody thought CZ was going to, like, hold this thing up. And I think he approved of it, but it didn't look like he put his money in it. It's got 44 million, but definitely pretty low for where it was at. Perception Network in a funding round. What does that mean? Block Mesh Network has rebranded. I don't know why a funding round is needed to rebrand, but I guess because they're going to go a different direction, and who believes in that direction? 6.5 million raised. Doesn't seem like... I mean, if you understand what a mesh network is, right? Some helium type stuff. We got Conflux, Momentum on the radar, Ravencoin on the radar. Not up a lot. Basket, I mean, probably a basket asset kind of things, huh? Basket is a multi-asset index token on Solana. Who would have thought? It just makes sense, but it's good branding. Definitely good branding. I like how they kept the logo very simple. It's not a lot to say about it. Basket turns a whole thematic portfolio into a single SPL token. So it's just like, I don't know, S&P 500. You buy that and you get, you know, exposure to the top 500. Oh, this is interesting. Ethereum Institutional. Isn't this what they just founded? Found funds and backers, Joseph Lubin. Well, I didn't want to see his page. I don't know who that guy is. Bitmart is funding this. This is interesting. What have we raised here? Doesn't say. Funding round doesn't say anything for what's been raised. Sharplink. And Research Portal and Resource Hub for institutional adoption of the Ethereum network. So we talked about this a lot. It was kind of like a news-worthy topic for a few days, and how there were people leaving Ethereum Foundation and coming over to this Ethereum Institutional. And the story was basically about how these people were leaving Ethereum Foundation. It was super bearish. They had been there for a long time. It was because they were unhappy. I don't think any of that was true. I think it was positional and moving. Seems like they moved some key players out of the Ethereum Foundation and into this new Ethereum Institutional. The reason why I believe this is because the only purpose that Ethereum Institutional seems to have is to get itself in front of institutional investors. Again, institutionals, banks, hedge funds, pretty much anybody with big money, what we would call smart money. And that's very beneficial to who? The Ethereum Foundation will benefit greatly from more people buying Ethereum, right? So that's what makes me think that these people were not leaving because they were angry. They were reassigned. I think Ethereum Institute, but I didn't know it was going to be, I don't know. When it has like a funding round, I guess that doesn't mean that there will be a token, right? These are just investors investing in the project. But how do they how do the people investing in the project get their money back, right? A token is usually how that goes over here in crypto. We have this Gravity, I'm assuming this goes for, GRVT. What is that? Hybrid on-chain exchange. Okay, Hex. So is this in the Pulse ecosystem or the Hex ecosystem? Or is it just randomly have Hex in it? Which combines the user's experience of a centralized exchange and the financial security of a DEX. So it's a hybrid. I like that idea. Take the best of both worlds. So it's been around for like 3 days. All right, we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Fluid. Usually, let's zoom out here. Yes. So usually it tells me how many years it's been around. Fluid's been around for 5 years. I didn't think that was a new coin. Next Space. Sounds like MySpace. Sounds like a Web3 MySpace. I don't know if that's actually what it is. Let's take a look. It says the Swift potion at the market is 40 cents here. Well, I greatly overpaid for them because I spent 600 gold on like 30 of them. Lesson learned there. I'd love to sit on here and play that all night long, but life's a little too demanding for that. So Next Space is a blockchain game project based on MapleStory. Okay, so I remember this now. Prime Minister said this thing failed miserably. I don't know. Do they still have anything to them? Like, is there a game? That's the part that gets me. I'm not going to connect to it. I mean, hopefully somebody comes in and continues to put the work in here, but I don't know. I guess you have to have a little bit of vision, huh? Could be amazing, but I just don't see them doing it. There's a lot of people who probably come play it, though. Then the rest of this is H-Bar, Uniswap, Pudgy Penguins, Base Brett, Space Coin. I can't believe that's even back on the radar. Binance Alive. We bought a coin a long time ago called Binanceans, and I don't think it ever did anything. Who knows? Maybe I'm way up on it. Let's get back to these sunflower quests here. Not that I need it. I got plenty of gold here. Now, again, tomorrow's stream, well, we should be streaming tomorrow. That should be a go. We are back in the swing of things. I don't foresee a lot of missed streams out there, but crazy things can happen. But I'm not going to bother putting together an educational series for 2 days. It's just not worth the time and energy. So Saturday's stream, we'll play less games, and we will do a little bit more news and our normal functions, and not no games, but a lot less games. And we'll put the games at the end of the show. So if you like the games tomorrow, a lot of the games will be at the end of the show. But anyways, just want to let everybody know we will be streaming tomorrow, but it will be 10 p.m. New York time. So hour and a half later than this show was today. Have we even made it anywhere near what I need? Okay, I got about 50 left. I don't even know if I'm going to bother to do the quest, though. I don't really need the money. And it's a huge pain to do. I might as well just keep all the sunflower, right? I feel like they should have made sunflower the currency instead of just flower. It's literally called Sunflower Land. So why wouldn't the currency be called sunflower? That just makes too much sense. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. You don't want to make too much sense at one time, guys. Like, have I done 50 of these yet? All right. and getting the heck off of this. That gets tiresome. Let's put in some rhubarb seeds. How about that? At least they take 6 minutes. And we're almost rolling into 2 hours here. Make sure you smash that like button. Just absolutely destroy your keyboard smashing that like button for me. See what we catch. And we got another crab. I have probably way too many of those. And what do we get for this one? Anchovies. And although I am the VIP, I also don't have the sharecropper thing. So I got to figure that out. I don't even know where I go to do that. Got an hour left on that upgrade. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys being here. I am going to wrap this stream up. I wasn't super prepared to do a stream tonight, but I couldn't stand to be away from the community. See, there's a few people here, but I think it's just me, Stregahart, and Melissa. Shout out to all the undergrounders and people who come through the stream. Anybody who's watching this later, I appreciate you being here. If you like DeFi gaming, join our free Discord in the description. And let us know. We have a whole tab for DeFi gaming and things like that. And let us know if there's any games that are really good that we missed. Other than that, you know what it is. Stay underground, stay crypto, think long term. I'm not worried about anything but buying some spot bags right now in this environment. So you do with your money as you'd like. Nothing in this stream is permitted to be financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Underground Crypto out. Catch you guys tomorrow, 10 p.m. New York time.